Welcome back, Internet. This is Alok Srivastava, and this is talk on localhost after a long time. Really, after a long time, and I'm in office again after a long time. It's good to be in office. Looks good here, though it's all calm. We are not conducting any classes, classroom-based trainings here. All the trainings are happening online. Only the examination center, the RedHat certification, is available from us. So the kiosk facility is open. That's all, and rest everything is we are doing online. So this is again the talk on localhost, and as usual, I am here to share with you a lot of new trends, a new pattern in the learning, new challenges, and new behavior shifts, which I have seen, especially during this COVID times. So now, first of all, I want you to be safe. Wear your mask whenever you are going out, and keep on doing some exercises, as you might not be going to the gym or running or whatever physical activities you are doing. Keep on doing some exercises. Be fit. You have to be strong. Yes. It is good to be fit, actually. I am also trying to be fit. So, as it is a non-technical thing, so I start my day around 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. And then I'm not going to the gym. So I go to my terrace, do some exercises. A couple of you might have seen some videos and some posts on that. It's good to be fit, good to try something new. And another thing, the new which you might be seeing is the new look. This is the new look. Sometimes you think of, wow, that look will suit me. Like here. I told my stylist to give me a Wolverine look. But trust me, I'm nowhere from anywhere, I'm looking like a Wolverine. So, shit happens. But keep on trying new things. It doesn't kill you. Keep on learning new skills like this. It doesn't kill you. So, I will get back in my old beard look after might be some 10-15 days. So, the basic objective is to talk to you regarding how the IT or our sector has affected during this COVID time, and what are the shift. Number one thing which I have seen here, and it is practically visible everywhere, and you will agree that we don't have sysadmin jobs. So if you are a simple RHC guys, there is no scope. Trust me. I don't want to be rude, though we are RedHat training partner and the premium RedHat training partner in Northern India, but simple RHC skills, to be honest, won't give you the job. RedHat is also aware of that. So they have introduced Ansible in the normal RHC training. So you should be learning something about the the configuration management tools. RedHat is focusing a lot on the containers like OpenShift and Docker, not Docker exactly from the RedHat stable, but yes, OpenShift, they are focusing more. So these are the things you need to learn. The point is that a couple of years ago, simple RHC will be able to give you a job. You don't have job with simple RHC. RHC is a foundation. You should have RHC. There is no doubt about that. You need RHC. But after RHC, please don't stop there. You need to learn more skills. Like, go for the cloud skills. Whether you learn Amazon Web Services, you learn Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud, whatever. Learn some cloud technologies. The reason you must learn some cloud technologies is that data centers are getting decommissioned. No company wanted to invest in CapEx, capital expenditure. Everyone wanted to go with the OPEX, operational expenditure. So you should be learning some cloud skills, right? So your DevOps journey should start. It is the right time you should start your DevOps journey, because you won't be getting any simple sysadmin jobs. So your DevOps should have some couple of skills. First, I will be talking on the skills that you should be learning in your DevOps. Then I will be sharing some strange trends and strange behavior shifts. So that might be good, that might be bad, but I find them strange, and I don't like them. Couple of them, the way the things are getting approached by the students. So let's first discuss about what are the things that you should have. You should have some programming skills. Means not the hardcore programming, but some language skills must required, like Python, like Golang, like your Bash shell scripting. So from these three, the Python, the Golang, or the Bash, right, or Java, the most important is the Python. Learn the Python. And because we are already sysadmin guys, right? We generally, if you are seeing the video, the chances are that you are already working on Linux. You might be working in a company. So you are already a sysadmin. So I am not supposed to learn Python for the basic kiddies, like the A plus B, create a program on A plus B equal to C, you create a if condition, A is greater than C. I don't want that. You should learn Python, that how the Python can be used in sysadmin jobs, right? So Python from sysadmin's perspective is what you need to learn. Anyone who is offering you the simple basic Python which they teach in the schools is, trust me, is wasting your money and killing your time. Don't go for that. You should learn Python. It's not a rocket science. It's not like that if you don't learn the basic Pythons like the which they teach in the schools, you won't be able to learn the Python with the sysadmins or Python for sysadmins. No, it is not like that. You will be able to understand this, but you should spend your time, your money, and your energy on Python for sysadmins, because that's what the job is. I am not here, or I'm not interested in learning A plus B equal to C program in the Python. You should be more interested in learning how can I configure a system, how can I create a user account using Python on multiple machines. That is where you should focus on. Right, so learn the Python, remove it. Second thing that you should learn is some server admin skills. I'm telling you about your DevOps journey. So you should be having some server admin skills. Now, servers are obviously, majority of the servers are running on Linux. So RedHat Linux is the best choice. You can learn Windows also, but trust me, that's not important. Learn RedHat Linux. So here comes RHCSA and the RHC. You have to learn that. You cannot think of a career in DevOps. You cannot think of a career in IT with ignoring Linux. You cannot afford to ignore Linux. Keep it in your mind. You should keep it in your mind. So once you have learned the Python, right, then you can change the order, right? I'm not talking to you or like specifying these things in the order. Order can be changed, but yes, couple of topics are interrelated, so that I will focus on. So learn Linux. After you learn Linux, that means what you have learned. You know how to manage a server. You know how to configure a server. But my dear friends, currently the servers are not running on-prem, or we call it on-premise. Companies are avoiding CapEx, capital expenditure. They're looking for OpEx, operational expenditure. So the data centers are getting migrated on the cloud. So now the companies want that, okay, you know Linux, wonderful, one point is strict, you know Python, that's great. You also need to know some cloud skills, cloud platforms. Major three platforms are Amazon Web Services, the most important one, Microsoft Azure, and then Google Cloud. Google Cloud and Microsoft Azure are important, but if you're starting learning on the cloud and you don't have any dependency of a project, right? Let's say my company is working on Microsoft Azure. So then there is no way, you have to learn Azure, right? Or your project is on Google Cloud. then go and learn Google Cloud. But if you are learning to learn that technology as such and you are doing it for the first time, start with Amazon Web Services. That's my personal recommendation. Amazon is still the big daddy. Start with Amazon Web Services. So what you learn in Amazon Web Services? Like you have the certification AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. That's the first level of training and the certification. There you will learn how to manage the cloud infrastructure using Amazon's dashboard. You are doing clicks to create servers, create buckets and stuff like that. But you will primarily be using their dashboard. That is what you learn in the cloud platforms. It's very good. It's very important because the servers that you will find or the servers those are running, they are running on the cloud. You will not be having any on-prem or on-premise servers. So please do yourself a favor. Don't stop at RHCE. Learn some cloud computing skills, some cloud platform. Now, in the Amazon Web Services, you learn the cloud platforms that you use a dashboard, right? So if you are already aware of Amazon Web Services and you have already created some instances, so some 13 and 14 clicks are required to create a single server. So means 13 clicks are, say 15 clicks. Say 15 clicks are required to create a single server. Perfect. You have learned that in Amazon Web Services. Wonderful. You think you will be getting a job by learning an Amazon Web Services solution architect? Trust me, I've got a couple of students. They say, oh, my friend or my brother's friend, they have recommended me do Amazon Web Services training and you will be getting a job on the cloud. Do you really think? No, you won't get a job. One more thing. Before you jump onto the Amazon Web Services, you should have Linux skills because using the Amazon Web Services, you will be able to create a server, but you won't be able to manage it. Right? So managing will be taught at the RHCE level. Now, you have used 15 clicks. You have learned Amazon Web Services Solution Architect Associate level of training. You have used some 15 and 16 clicks, and you have created a server. Wonderful. You think, wow, that's amazing. I'm a cloud expert. I can create servers on the cloud. I can work for a company. That's some misconception. That is where generally it's not your fault, it's a fault of our the institute's fraternity, right? The training sector. We don't share the actual facts with you. So I'm telling you here. So once you understand or learn the Amazon Web Services, you use the dashboard to create it. But I'm talking of a data center having 1,000 servers. How you will be creating 1,000 servers? Will you be doing clicks 15 into 1,000 times? Do you think company will allow you to do that kind of thing? And let's suppose you have created that. And then there is a problem in say server number 498. Do you remember what was the image? What was the hardware type? Have you used any user data there? In which AZ it was? Blank. You are blank. So industry don't use the clicks to create the infrastructure. It's not DevOps, it's ClickOps. Then the next thing that you should have is IAC tool. You should learn any IAC tool, infrastructure as code. And you should be learning the Terraform. Terraform is the magic thing. It's really magic. Terraform allows you to create thousands of machines just by writing some code. It's not rocket science, and you don't need any programming skills to learn all these things. If anywhere you need programming skills, you will not see me. I have a really bad programming skills. I have real bad programming skills. I'm not at all a good programmer. So you will see me only where the programming is not involved. To be honest, yes. So you should learn Terraform. Using Terraform, it's your first step in the actual DevOps arena. DevOps field. Using Terraform, you will learn how to create a huge infrastructure on Amazon Web Services or any other cloud platform just by writing the code and executing it. So you have the infrastructure as a code with you, as a file with you, right? You keep that file, keep it safe, put it on Google Drive, attach it on the email, do whatever you want. Keep that text file with you. Say, and then any point of time something goes wrong, server number 498 crashed, it malfunctioned, it refuses to accept your commands. All you need to do is that you need to run the file again. Boom. That is what the companies are looking for. So in case you left the company, the code is still with the company. Please try to understand. You should begin with the end in mind. You should not begin with certification in mind. That is the major problem. I am seeing people, sir, just give me the exam prep. I just want to clear the certification. It's going to do nothing for you. You will be more frustrated. Because even after doing the certification, you don't have the concepts. You might get an interview call, but you will not get a job. Trust me, it might be harsh. You might think I'm rude, but I'm honest and blunt. You need knowledge, right? You should be learning Terraform. Without Terraform, you cannot think you will be allowed to create any infrastructure on any cloud platform. So mere Amazon Web Services skills or Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure will not give you the job. You need to have some IAC tool, and Terraform is amazing. Learn Terraform. Now once you learn the Terraform, then you should be moving on to containers, Docker. Learn the containers, right? Now, once you have done the Terraform, the next step is you should have some container skills and the container orchestrations like Kubernetes. You might have heard these words, Docker and the Kubernetes. So learn Docker, learn Kubernetes. Now again, a point here. I have seen people, they wanted to do Kubernetes without having any knowledge of Docker. It won't work like this, guys. There are no shortcuts in this world. Please try to understand. Your career is not a band-aid solution. It's a long-term solution. You need to go through the process. You cannot skip a step and think that you will be able to get a job. Please avoid looking for shortcuts. I'll give you a very simple example. It's a process. Your life is a process, right? You cannot take the next breath by skipping this breath. Are you getting me? You cannot skip the process. If you try to take the next breath and skipping this breath, you'll be dead. I'll be dead. And so is your career. Please follow the process. Give it a time. Learn things. So learn Docker. Learn Kubernetes. You should be going for a certification. Certified Kubernetes Administrator. This is a very good certification, very much in demand. And it's like RedHat. It's a lab-based exam. You will be asked to do some task and you'll be performing those tasks. Go for that. Once you learn that, so what you had learned till now, that's the complete path. You have learned the Python. You know the Python for sysadmins. You have the server admin skills, Linux, RHCE. You have the cloud platform skills, Amazon Web Services. Then you have the Terraform IAC tool. Then you are learning the containers. You are learning Kubernetes, right? You should also have the skills on any configuration management tools like Ansible, Puppet, Chef. Most important is Ansible. So Ansible will be covered in your RSC training. So you need not to worry about that. But please focus on Ansible. That is how you manage hundreds and thousands of machines by just working on a single machine. So Ansible is configuration management tool. You should learn Ansible. You cannot skip that. Once you learn that, like any configuration management tool, the next step can be you should have the skills on some CI/CD tools like Jenkins. Learn Jenkins. So you know how the things are streamlined between the developers team and the operations teams, right? That is where the Jenkins comes into the picture. Learn Jenkins. Learn some monitoring tools like Prometheus, Grafana. You might think of Nagios, fine, but Nagios, I will not be giving more weightage to Nagios. It's a good tool, but I will not be giving a weightage to Nagios right now because things are shifting onto the cloud. And the applications are running in form of microservices, Kubernetes, Dockers. So Prometheus and Grafana are the tools for the future. Guys, we learn new skills for future. We don't learn for current day. We learn for the future. So we need to invest our time, our energies, our money in the technologies which will be there in future. At least say for a time period of 5 years, 3 years. So these things are going to be. So focus on these things. This is your DevOps roadmap. You cannot skip any of this and think of getting a career and making a career in DevOps. You have to follow the process. Just remember my example. You cannot take the next breath by skipping this breath. This was actually a very good example. I think this is one from the Sadhguru's video. If you are aware of Sadhguru, he is fine. As it is a talk on Localhost, I can talk any nonsense to you, and you may like it, you may not like it. You can put it on the feedback or in the comments. But that is your thing. So this is the steps. Now the next thing that I'm going to talk to you about the trends. What kind of trends I'm seeing during this pandemic time, during this COVID time. So let's talk about the trends. Are these behaviors good? Are these behaviors or are these priorities really going to help you out? Number one pattern or the behavior pattern which I'm seeing is that I'm in a hurry. Right, I just want to do the exam prep. Please give me the exam prep. Exam prep of Ansible, exam prep of OpenShift, think of it. Exam prep of OpenShift. People are asking just for exam prep of OpenShift and I will give the exam and pass the exam. Interesting, guys. This not work. Things not work like this. You might be able to pass the exam. Though we in Network Nerds, we don't encourage exam preps unless you have the full knowledge. If you have the complete thorough knowledge on the subject, then before attempting the exam, we can talk of the mock exams and how the patterns are coming. That's fine. But learning only from the perspective of clearing the exam without having any base, no, it won't work. Don't think yourself as Napoleon, right? And you are trying to invade Russia and the rest is history. Don't do that. Take the steps, go through the proper training. There are a lot of places where you will find they will encourage only the exam preps. I don't believe in that. Your career is not a band-aid, like it's not a scratch. You put a band-aid and things will be right. It's a chronic problem. You are looking for a long-term solution. So you should go through the process. Go through the proper training and then go for the exam. You will automatically clear the exam. You will not be actually requiring any mugging up of things. I'll tell you. The second trend that I'm saying is that, oh, it's a COVID time, you should be giving the trainings free. Interesting. Guys, to be honest, if you are good in something, you should never give that thing free. Are you working for free? No. So why should I work for free? I should not work for free. It's my skills. I have earned it through all these years. So anything free is very dangerous, isn't it? Drugs might be, right? So take care. So why free? I'm not adding any value to it. It's of no use. And then again, a very strange pattern which we are seeing is that I have learned the technology from some platforms like the Udemy or like that, right? And now I wanted to go for the exam. I don't mind you learning through any learning platforms like Udemy or anywhere, but as far as I know, they don't go in detail. They just give you a 10,000 feet overview of the things. I don't think that will be able to help you clearing the certification. But if you think it is working for you, thumbs up. Go ahead and do it. Whatever works for you, do it. I'm not saying that you should be going for the classroom-based training only. If you think that a particular type of a methodology or a particular learning platform is helping you, go ahead and do that. But go in detail. That is my stress point. Go in detail. Don't mug up the command. I'll ask you a simple question. A very simple question. Look, I think you who's like you are aware of Linux. You might be working as a sysadmin or in a company. I'll ask you a simple question. Don't Google it, right, for the answer. What is the difference between a swap and a virtual memory? Answer it in the comments. Don't Google it. People don't know this basic difference and they are RHC certified. People don't know, they know how to give that the rm command is used to remove a file, but they don't know what happens in the background when you run the rm command. You have removed a file and you don't know what is the relationship of the name with the inode. If you don't know that, you are only mugging up some commands. You're not understanding the technology, how the things are working. You're only cramming some command that rm is used to remove the file, cp is used to copy it. So I'd ask you two questions. What happens when you remove the file? Is the data actually removed from the hard disk? Number one question. Second question, what is the difference between a virtual memory and a swap and how it works? Trust me guys, in Network Nerds, we spend hours, 1 hour minimum, in explaining this thing. What is swap? What is virtual memory? What is paging? How the things work? So if you have learned how to do the installation of rel server and create the swap, but you are not aware of what's a dirty page, then trust me, they are doing a dirty trick with their career. That is what I want you to focus. Focus on details. The success is in details. No one has ever succeeded in their careers by just having a superficial knowledge. Whether it's sports or anything, you need to go in details. Please don't mug up the commands. That's my request. Will not give you the job, trust me. Might be able to get a certification. Go in detail. So these two questions, I need the answers. So when I ask these questions, people have no clue. Same with Docker, Kubernetes, so we go in details. So anyone who is going in detail will be spending some time with you. I have examples where a DevOps course institute is there, say XYZ, they are giving a DevOps course in 10 hours, 16 hours. Wow. And what was there in the DevOps? DevOps learning path include Python, Linux, Amazon Web Services, if it's a cloud platform, Terraform, Ansible, Puppet, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, and some monitoring tools like Prometheus and Grafana. 10 hours? Really? So, use your common sense. Do you really think you will be able to learn all these things in detail in 10 hours? And what they charge? Now, here's the point. Money. You've got all the rights to save your money. You've got all the rights to negotiate. You've got all the rights. But think of it. A DevOps career, if you Google it, the pay scales will be around 6 to 7 lakhs rupees for a fresher. It's a respectable salary. So you will be getting a say 6 lakhs package by doing a 10,000 rupees course, which will be lasting for 12 hours. Wow. You have just solved India's employment problem. It doesn't work. It's a marketing gimmick. Nothing. You might be shown the slides. Boom, 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 boom. That's all. Course finished. And I have cases where a Kubernetes course was finished in 6 hours. 6 hours of Kubernetes course. You just a victim of kind of a low price. You are just attracted towards a low price. The quality also degrades with the price. So guys, good things are never cheap and cheap things are never good. If let me give you a simple example. If I have a Mercedes, though I don't have a Mercedes, I dream to buy a Mercedes. If I have a Mercedes and it's a brand new one, and I'm selling it, say the actual cost is say 40 lakhs rupees, right? And if I'm selling it to you in 5 lakhs, will you buy it? I don't think so. I will not buy it. There must be some problem. The car might be involved in some accident, right? Might be drugs had been transported using this car. Think of that. If someone is giving you a dreams, right, rosy dreams, that fine, you do the DevOps in 10 hours, we charge only 10,000 rupees, and these are guys, it's not at all possible. If you forget everything, if you learn Kubernetes in itself in detail, it will take you minimum 20-25 hours. Kubernetes itself. We have CKA training, it takes around 20-25 hours, around 28 hours, I guess. 25-26 hours. Kubernetes. And you are completing the whole DevOps roadmap in 12 hours. And I've seen people, they fall for these gimmicks. And then you're heading nowhere. That is the kind of trends I'm seeing. Free trend is too much happening during COVID time. Is it free? Is the training free? I'll ask you a very simple thing. Are you working for free? No. Why should I work for free? It's very honest. Why should I be ashamed of? There is no harm in asking the right price. You also ask for a salary. So guys, don't fall for these free webinars and free courses. 1,000 rupees, we will teach you Ansible. They are desperate. These guys are desperate. They have got no job. Because everything is shifted online, right? So what to do? It's a survival. I'll be doing anything for my survival. We're not offering any of these high-end technologies for 1,000 rupees. Why should I? I'm investing my time. My team is amazing. They are investing the time. They are giving you the contents. They are going in details of what I told. They are not helping you mugging up some 15-16 questions to pass the exam. Things don't work like that. Please focus on this. Focus on details. That's my talk on localhost, the crux of this video. Focus on details. Focus on DevOps. Right? So 2 Ds are there. DevOps, details, go in-depth training, and then you will be in demand. So 4 Ds are there. DevOps, in detail, right? DevOps, in details, you will be in demand. 3 Ds, not 4 Ds. So go for this. And please, I will be ending this with this thing. Guys, remember one thing. I had never done this. Food, education, and health. Never give subsidies. Never give subsidies. I will end it with a very small example. Let's suppose you have a bike. Like say I have a Harley, right? So I have a Harley and tomorrow I have an interview. In your dream company, think of your dream company where you have an interview. You have a bike with you. Let's say if I'm giving my example, say I have a Harley and tomorrow or day after I have an interview in say IBM or Google, in any of my dream companies, there is some problem with your bike. So you just go out. You found 2 shops. One is the local mechanic who has got no authorization, authentication. He's not authorized from the bike company, say Yamaha or Honda or whatever, say Yamaha. But he is claiming that he can repair any bike, right? And then on the right hand side, you have a Yamaha's authorized showroom. you go to that local vendor who is asking you less money, right? Less. So he claims that he will solve your bike problem, whatever the problem it is giving, right? It's in the engine. It's a chronic problem. It's not a flat tire. It's not a band-aid solution. It's a chronic problem. Chronic problem is the problem is somewhere in the engine, right? So that local guy says he will fix it, say in $10. Wow. Then you go to the Yamaha's authorized showroom. They say we will fix it in $60. Where you will go? I will be going to Yamaha, even though the price is multiplied by 6. But I know they will be using the authentic spare, authentic process, right amount of service, right amount of technology involved in making the like repairing the bike. And I am sure that day after, when my interview is in IBM or Google, the bike is not going to malfunction. I trust them. That's so the price is $10 and price is $60. We generally stop thinking beyond the price. Oh, $10? Let's go for this. Hey, but you might end up doing more harm to your bike. You might end up you might miss your interview. Might be. It won't work. It won't start the day you are going for the interview. But when you are going to authorized authorized service station, and they are giving, like, adding the genuine spares and genuine everything, obviously it's going to cost more. That is the cost. The cost is $10 and the $60, right? Dollars. Sorry, the price. The price is $10 local mechanic, local repairs, and $60 authentic repairs. And the cost is whether you will be able to reach your destination or not. So guys, focus on the cost. Don't be price sensitive. Be cost sensitive. How much in the end it is going to cost me? That's all I have to talk to you. I was thinking of talking to you since long, but I was at home, not able to interact much. And then all the trainings are going online. So my day is starting from 7 a.m. in the morning, means the technical things, right? My day starts at 5 a.m. as I told you. So I will be hoping to see you again soon. Stay safe, wear a mask, and 3Ds, DevOps, details, and you will be in demand. Thank you guys very much. Take care. God bless. Jai Hind.